Yeah, let's roll. I sketched the charts, plotted my big move. Market make a snipe, let me in the groove. Sweat drip hard, but I'm smiling through. More falls won't catch me, I'm switching the view. Side hustle flop, but I'm back on track. Turn a loss to a win, now I'm leading the pack. The plan's tight, I'm dripping with flair. Outsmart the game, I'm the king of the air. Survive the hunt, I'm shattering their traps. Season the day, no more setbacks. Locking my plan, I'm blazing the fight. Survive the hunt, I'm still in the light. Too smooth. I dodged that tip, a friend's wild bet. Market makers trip, now I'm cashing the set. Late night grind, turn to a victory lap. More falls can't touch me, I'm setting the trap. Boss laughed once, now he's calling my name. Wealth's my crown, fueling the flame. Survive the hunt, I'm shattering their traps. Season the day, no more setbacks. Locking my plans, I'm blazing the fight. Survive the hunt, I'm still in the light. Survive. Shine. Yeah. Stop. 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 Bulls asleep but we wake. Echoes of the dip, now we flip the stick. Flip it! Woke to red screens, glowing cold on in my feet. Dream beaches and freedom, turn lost to the sea. Back open the wallet, so safe for the thrill. Wave didn't crash, we built bigger still. Partners coffee vibe, our turns coming fast. Kids sketch yachts, next pump makes them last.
Cash being riser.
Farms go quiet, we sparked a new fire. To the moon evolves, higher and higher. Higher! Bears quiet roar, we turn it to a roar back. Shattered stars, we stack them in the comeback track. Strategies been, we fix and reform. Chasing the highs, the owning the storm. Hopes like glass, not diamond in the grind. Hush of the hole, we moonshot the mind. Moonshot the mind. Moonshot the mind. Dips are the setup for the wins we made. Steady gets grind, rhythm in the play. Rush to the empire, build it day by day. Squad shares the L's, we rise from the fall. Laughter in the dip, stronger through it all.
Rewrote the code, no change, just the crown. Digital till we turn it upside down.
If only to watch this faith in a test. Dreams on demand, we manifest the best. Bears quiet roar, we own the whole storm. Moonshot the mind, watch the empire form. Shatter the stack, dim to the shine. Hush of the hope, we redefine. On the storm. Moonshot the mind. Moonshot the mind. Watch the empire form. Yeah. 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 Time to flex. I'm at the charts. Plan my golden play. Market make a snipe. Stop me out today. Sweating bullets, but I'm back with a grin. More files won't hunt me, I'm cashing that win. From the couch to the throne, I'm dodging their tricks. Turn a loss to a laugh, now I'm stacking them bricks. Stop, hunt, survivor. I'm breaking this scheme. Fuck you moves, living the dream. Plans on lock, I'm rising above. Stop, hunt, survivor. Showing my love. Set the entry tight, they pulled the rug quick. Lost my shirt, but my swag is still thick. Drove past a bank, flipped them the bird. More falls can't touch me, I've learned every word. Late night grind, now I'm flexing the glow. Turn the trap to a trap, watch my money flow. Stop, hunt, survivor. I'm breaking this scheme.
Ladies and gentlemen, prepare yourself for the cowbell
Living the dream.
and the turkey.
Plans on lock, I'm rising above. Stop, hunt, survivor. Show my love. Since stabs hit, I'm dancing on their grave. Drum roll loud, I'm the king they can't save. More false.
The morning's gray, the clocks are full. The world outside moves slow, so slow. But there's a spark, a golden glow. Good ass coffee's here, you know. Oh, the best part of waking up is good ass coffee in your cup.
For those of you out there that have been hitting that like button, I just want to say thank you. Thank you very much.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, frogs and squirrels, welcome to Late Night Crypto with Road Dog. Early edition! Early before late night edition. Yeah, that's the ticket. That's what's going on. Glad to have you here, everybody. It's 7:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Not exactly late night, but we're playing around with a few little time schedules here. Trying to get myself scheduled in here and acclimated to do maybe a morning trading show over here on YouTube. More in the fun open US hours there, about 9 to 11, something like that-ish. But right now, we're sitting here watching Bitcoin, doing what Bitcoin does, which is basically just piss people off and confuse people and robs a lot of people of their money. Sometimes it makes people money, but a lot of times it's just taking everybody else's money. It's usually, that's the story most of the time about Bitcoin over here. We had our nice little top up there at 76,000 and then just kind of lost it. But hey, man, look at this higher low over here. That's amazing. We were talking about that guy over the past few days, man. Got 786, I'm sorry, right? 786 retracement area over here. Wasn't perfect, doesn't have to be perfect, but hey, I like it when it is, but I'll take it when it's not, you know what I'm saying? As long as we get a higher low here, we got price structure that's still doing what bullish price structure would be doing. A series of higher highs and a series of higher lows equal an uptrend, which would counteract the could neutralize this big, massive downtrend we've been through since the top. Are you calling the bottom? No, I'm not calling anything. However, one thing to be aware of is that, well, we've seen this before, and this happens quite a bit during the bear markets, where you'll think, oh man, looks like we're bottoming. Look, you got an Adam and Eve. We're all set and verified. Got a flag to the upside. We're ready to go. And then it doesn't. Oh, wow. Fool me once, fool me twice. Shame on you. Can't we all just be nice? Well, we got here another Adam and Eve with another higher high here with the little flag to the upside. Not exactly, but are we doing something similar? A lot of people think that we are. There's a fractal idea that a lot of people still kind of thinking might be playing out. It kind of dates back last cycle, back over here around this time. You know, if we were to take our little bars pattern thingy majig over here, a little copy thing, you know, just kind of grab all this stuff and just kind of follow it over here, see what happens. Is there any resemblance to what we had last time? Could there be? Do we need to extend you and kind of make you fit over here? Yeah. So some people are kind of looking at these kind of ideas, something similar here. I think they already expected it to come down a little bit, but depending on how you want to finagle this little thing, I think I would put it at least down to a 618 Fibonacci area or somewhere right there. But we try to put it in as much as we can. You know, this is a popular idea, and you can see how well that this bear market that we've been in over here. I guess you could go up a little higher there. It kind of wild how the price action just kind of mirrored it. Even in this area, we had a little thing over here, a little nodule, a little node, if you will, over here. So did we. And then very similar price action here. Then we had that there. Got this little thing that we're possibly doing right now before we come down and scare the bejesus out of everybody. FTX will crash or something, whatever. And FTX was over here. This was still 3 Arrows Capital, I think. Some bad news, something unwinds, or something some countries go to war, or something doesn't live up to agreement, or something affects the global economy and just trashes us all, or something. Those are some ideas that people are looking for, and I can see how that can be valid. We are in a bear market, no denying it. And we're at 70,000, which ironically, flip the script here. I mean, 2 years ago, being at $70,000 was pretty bitchin'. It was full on bull market, $70,000 prices. Are you kidding? I love it. But somehow now it's just like a curse that we just don't want to be under right now. It's kind of wild how things change over here. I guess it all depends on what your average cost for Bitcoin is. If you bought it on the lows, you're probably still doing pretty gosh darn good. If you bought the top at 126, you're probably pissed as hell. Just like those people that bought the top back in 2020 or 2021, up there around 68, 69,000, something like that, and had to see it hit 15,000. Ooh, ouchie, ouchie. But eventually they got to double up their money if they stayed in it that long. Sadly enough, most people don't. So most people, if they ride something down like that, as soon as you get back to break even or above, they're like, I'm going to be out of this. That was horrible. Get rid of that pain and start it all over again. Yeah, that part sucks. I think we've all been there at some point. I know I have. I've been there. You had round trip, roller coaster. Oh my God. And then some of those things never do come back. And you're like, oh, well. Yeah. Not the best way to play this market, in my personal opinion, but hey, that's what happens. How we doing, everybody? We got 6 whole people hanging out here, and I can't find my chat to say hello to anybody. How crazy is that? Do we have our microphone on and everything? Let's come over to the chat and say hello to everybody over here. I don't get near as many people on this time slot, do I? Maybe it's because it's new. Maybe it's because I don't know if I'm going to be here that long, right? The video did all right last night. We got about as many views as the one before it. Ave Medina, you are firsty tonight. Shout out to you. You get the clap, my man. You get the clap. We've also got Silver Days in the house. Shout out to you, Silver Days. Stray got hard. My OG is here. And we got Bobby Yas. Good to see you, Bobby Yas. Welcome in, everybody. Glad to see you. Come on in and say a while. Society X Entertainment says, let's hit the ground running. Road Dog, trading desk in full effect. Gator Squad says, hit the likes and keep your eyes off my wife. FCL77 says, yeah. Good night, everybody. Brackish Adventures, how's it going, Brackish? Brackish, usually throwing up some wins in the Mandy Wall. I need to go back over there. We need to make that a nightly thing here. Keep forgetting to do that. Yo, fam, can we trade platinum on Bit Unix now? We can do. I've got a plan to take a. I've got actually. I mean, you guys can put some corner quest in if you want to. Let me put my little marker up before we get kind of carried away here. My show idea tonight. I've got kind of a good list to go through, and Brackish, we do have platinum on there. Let me put a little symbol by here so I know to definitely not to skip over that one. I've got an account over on Blowfin, as you guys know, and there's some things you can do over here. There's some stock ideas. It's a tiny account. I've been playing around with it, but I've also been, you can play Bitcoin against the stable coin, and then you can play it against Bitcoin. And I've been playing against Bitcoin, and I kind of been doing it off the scenes and everything else. And I'm like, well, this is really going to skew things up a lot. I want to keep this account over here and still trade mostly crypto over it. But what I did do is I went over. I got tired of. Here's my story, man. I got tired of Coinbase's shenanigans when it comes to oil. Yeah, so I got it over here on Weeks. Because as soon as they shut it down, we had the oil over here earlier today. Was this it? Yeah, this was it. Earlier today. I don't know if you know, but oil just tanked. Everybody's I'm long on oil. I'm like, well, I don't know, man. They don't want that sucker to get over $100 a barrel. Apparently, they're serious about it because it ain't getting over $100 a barrel. And then here we come dropping like a rock over here. I don't think I need these. They were there. We can still. I'll still leave that eye there in case she wants to come down there and snipe down. I got my stop loss set in profits, and hopefully it will take back off and head back up around where it dropped from in the 90s, I think. But anyway, I got tired of Coinbase because they shut it down. And when this happened, they shut it down. You couldn't trade, couldn't do anything. It's a janky platform. You can't put a quick order in to save your life. It's just Coinbase is horrible. All right, my experience with it. So I got over here on Weeks, and now I can control the leverage. I'm not stuck with their 10x futures stuff or the rollovers. These are perpetual futures, so you don't have to get caught up in your trades cut short because expiration dates are getting caught up in all that mess. A lot easier over here. Crypto's got it figured out. The legacy system needs to come on board, and Coinbase is still too damn legacy and too much banking stuff going on over there. But anyway, so we got an account over there, and I figured, so because of that, they got some cool things you can do over here. So you can trade, and I don't have a link to share with you or anything yet. I got one, but I haven't taken that. That's not what I'm doing this for. And some of you probably already have a Links account. If you don't, you can use my link. I just don't know what it is right now. But anyway, it's not about that. But they got oil, they got platinum, they got gold and silver. And you can trade commodities over here. And they also got some stocks. I guess I could come over here and just kind of show. So they got commodities. They got the metals, and they kind of overlap a little bit. But you got your gold, silver, XP. That's the Brent. I think that's the is that the other wall? Hell, I don't know. They got WTI, U.S. crude oil, and also the Brent crude oil. This is still around $100 a barrel right now. The commodities over here, this is the oils over here. XTI is your crude, sweet crude, WTI, that same thing. XBR is your Brent oil, the one's $100. It is $100. And then they also got some stock ideas. Now this was kind of cool, and so they got some silver over here too, so you can trade it metals with the AG. You can trade, I think, silver, maybe an ETF. I don't know. It'd have to be, I would think. It's in the stock category. And some other things, TSM, that one's cool. I'm in that over on, not here, but Taiwan Semiconductor, I think, is the name of it. Yeah, that's been one of my good ones over here. But you got some stocks over there, so we can just take a look at some of these things. And there might be some plays over here, longs or shorts. I'm just saying, our crypto universe is expanding. We're starting to get away from the vaporware because people are tired of having their asses handed to it and being lied to and all the overvaluations. Get away from the meme coin things. I think the ones that are established and got a real strong community base will probably still have a chance. But, the casino, it's always evolving. It's always changing. The hot thing now is prediction markets, and that doesn't even necessarily involve crypto, but that's taking away from crypto, in my opinion. Just like NFTs did a lot of things. So we're having to share this space. But, even crypto is evolving. Well, actually, prediction market started in crypto, really. But we got all that stuff. I think so, right? The newer variations of it definitely had a lot of their foundations there. But anyway, it's changing, and there's always something taken away from it, and it means all these little new shiny things eventually die off and become not worth very much and forgotten about. And it happens every cycle, and our goal is not to get involved with them and not to try to hold on to them. But anyway, let's get over to the market. I got a good list of crypto to cover, some stocks, and some some commodities that might be interesting to take a look at, and we can take a look at the things that you guys want to also as well. And hopefully we can find maybe some trade setups to get into, because I got the accounts ready and they're just dying to get into something that's good and quality. And with my week's account, I've got this one set up. I do not have this one on my mobile app. I will not be trading this thing outside the plan, okay? Unless Sean comes in and screws things up. Sean, stay off the account. You can't touch the week's account, Sean. I got to set some rules here. Okay, so week's account, I'll be traded live here. And that way we can monitor actually how well it's doing, track the account. There's not me trading outside or something unless I have to come in and save it. But if I'm doing everything proper here, I shouldn't have to worry about it, right? I should have stop losses set. Try to do this by the rules as much as possible without DJ and Sean getting in and wrecking everything. All right, so here we are looking at Bitcoin over on the daily chart, and 9 is still above that 21. We're in a big old red cloud, and those are some positive signs, maybe. Helpful. Better than being under it, I can tell you that. We did have the little run up a couple of days ago. Got rejected there, but let's see. Are we trying to get back up there? We're finding some support on this 50 moving average so far. Got to bounce above it. Reclaiming the 21 on the daily. Neither bullish. So let's come on down to the 4 hour and see what that looks like. 200 moving average down here that we bounced off of. That's always good to be. If you're on the top side of a 200 moving average, you are officially bullish, at least for that time frame. Okay, at least for that time frame. 9 is over 21, bullish. Everything's under the 100. Well, price and all everything we mentioned so far. We got work to do, right? But at least these other moving averages are above the 200, okay? 50 above the 100, and they're above the 200. So this is kind of opens up a range idea, right? 360s over here. We got work to do here, folks, people, and but it's not looking. We got some good support down here so far. So now here on the 4 hour, we got a candle body here, and we got a candle body there. Now we got 2 touch areas. I like that. Got the angle in. See if we got some respect on the bodies there. We got some respect on the bodies. On the wicks. I'll put it back to the bodies there. That's where you get that's the strongest part of the move, and that's the best place to draw your trend lines from, in my personal opinion, especially if you're going for angles. It's one of, you find your own preference, I guess. The best way to put it. There might be a rollover here because, gosh darn it, we're just not breaking above that 100, and that 9 is just not looking like it wants to cross yet, right? Usually follows price action, but sometimes it will front run that price action. Just depends on whatever happened before within the past 9 candles, right? It's a mathematical thing. All right, so coming down to the 1 hour just to look for a little bit of hopium. It's a mixed bag, man. As soon as you see something good going over here on the moving averages, you look to the top and you say, oh man, there's a damn death cross of 200 over the 360. That's not good. Are we gaining or losing? We're just sideways basically over here. Moving averages are just, they've leveled out. Maybe there's nothing. If anything, it's got more of the smaller time frames got this flow to the down. Of course, you can see that from price action. And then the other ones are just kind of holding steady. Maybe they will still hold steady, or maybe it turns into a rollover. That's the scary part. A lot of people are looking, like we talked earlier, that this will be a dippy. Some of the Elliott Wave people are looking at some kind of weird-ass XYZZ. I don't know what the hell it is. Even Elliott doesn't know what the hell it is. He's still on this. You think you got a fifth wave with a C wave? Elliott thinks we should be pumping our little asses off over here. All I know is that I see a ribbon flip trying to happen over here. At least we got that much, right? That's usually bullish. Usually bullish. All right, it's one of the first signs of recovery that we're looking for here. And I especially like to look at it on the 4 hour and judging that we're on that 200 moving average, and that this line here, where this box, this is the top of last cycle, right? 69,000 support. We've been fighting with this one forever. Apparently the one down here held pretty damn good. Price bounced off of it like a penny thrown off the damn Empire State Building. She's a boing. It just came all the way up, Came back up to the 5th floor here, and then kind of worked its way back down to the 2nd. Never did make it back down to the 1st floor. But So we got some support there, and we're trying to do it a series of higher highs and higher lows. And let's see if we can draw a trend line. Now I'm going from bodies to bodies over here, and then that does line up really well. From that body to this body, and there's a gap there, but as long as we got 3 touches on this side, I don't yet see a channel idea there. Oh yeah, maybe right there. Are we in this channel? Is this the channel that we're in? We take this thing on back. Does it kind of line up with the channel? Maybe. That's kind of cool. Well, we got a channel. Usually there's a mid part of the channel. And see if we can identify that little mid part area. Little support resistance flip area in the middle. Oh, that looks like resistance. That looks like support. So somewhere it's a zone. You can't get necessarily perfect. Resistance. So we got an area of resistance right there. Up ahead. Got to work through that. It doesn't look like fun. Today being Tuesday, hard to see a whole lot of good action come up before a Friday. When if they do pump us up on a Friday, we kind of know how that ends, right? We kind of know how that crap ends. That usually doesn't end too fine for us when they pump us up on a Friday. Well, I mean, Friday it does, but Sunday night and Monday usually comes a little bit more regrettable. Usually. Or will they dump us? Like they did last time. Alright, so Bitcoin's just a boring pile of dog crap, and altcoins are basically kind of in the same situation. At least they're holding some areas, but they still lost that main trend line there. It looks like a bearish retest, folks. I mean, that's what it looks like. So, unless we get back up and reclaim that with something very bullish, well, then altcoins are kind of they're not the thing. They should be. You think they would be. The Bitcoin dominance dropping, so Bitcoin is going up. Bitcoin dominance is dropping. You know, when Bitcoin dominance is dropping and Bitcoin goes up, it's usually altcoin season. What? It's not altcoin season. Apparently, as you can tell just as well as I can. That would be awesome if I could keep that up, and let's turn it into an altcoin season. No, I'm not saying that at all. But what we're seeing is an exodus, I believe, a little exodus of these altcoins, and a little exodus of Bitcoin also. Maybe they're out there chasing something else again. Ladies and gentlemen, let me come back over to the chat, say hello to you guys, catch up, and then we'll start getting into some of these cryptos and some of these other things we're going to take a look at. Steak Night Crypto with Road Dog, says Ave. Uh-oh. Let me catch up with the chat over here. Society X says, I got some news on Pingu. I don't think it's a meme anymore. It's probably going to have a storefront one day and might get some Hello Kitty levels of hype in the near future. Okay. Well, hopefully they'll do something. I mean, any of these projects have got to add some kind of value, got to bring something of value. And maybe they lean a bit more toward entertainment and novelty or something like that. But I think the ones that actually have some kind of financial benefit are the strongest ones. We got some news in the Clarity Act, I guess. I've been hearing the buzz about that. I'm still not 100% certain, but it sounds like, you know, they're getting to some kind of agreement, half-ass agreement over here where, you know, there can still be yields on stable coins in some aspects, and there should be. I think the statistics came out, the official statistics came out, that crypto stablecoin offering yield has not ever been a problem to, like, draw liquidity from banks. And even if it was, we're in a capitalistic market. Hell, if your product is not good enough to get the traction, you need a better product. Step your damn game up. Stop scamming everybody. Maybe that's it. Thanks. Josh Staggs, highest price I bought Bitcoin was $61,000. Hey, congratulations, man. We had a glitch. But anyway, that claps for you. Yes. Hey, congratulations for getting Bitcoin at at 61. That's awesome. Can't complain about that. All right, so submit your request for live analysis, and I'll try to I'll add those to my list over here. Tony Gold says, Road Dog, great evening and good, my friend. My good friend. Hey, good evening to you too, my man. Be blessed. I hope all of you are blessed in the name of Jesus. Hope your accounts grow, your trading acumen, and your knowledge, and you just tap it, you get in, and you become a master of this market. That's what I pray for all you guys over here. Send the link when you can. I've heard a bunch about weeks. I guess, you know. I saw it over here earlier. Let me see if we can. Are you gonna do some crazy stuff if I hit the wrong button over here? Is this it? I think. Referral. Yeah, there we are. Well, I should not have to log back in, mister. Okay, they got me. I got this a little. Oh, here we go. There's a code and a referral link. It's got the code in it. The code looks like 7LDZ4, but I'll put it over here, right there, and now it should show up into the chat over here, I believe. What happens if you click it? It takes us over here. You create your account. And I'm a big proponent of tiny account. Now I put $200 over here. I got 100 sitting over in Spot, or let's check out their wallet. How they got it set up. I like the ones, and I've noticed they've been doing this, and I've always liked the ones that set their stuff up this way. Is this you? Where I gotta learn my way around it. I am looking for just wallet. Can we? How do we get to wallet? This should be a lot easier than there's usually a wallet thing over here. All right, well, screw that. We don't even know how to get anywhere over here. All right, well, I thought I saw where they had, you got one little section where you can put things. It's not, sometimes you have it in Spot or you got it in futures and you don't have like a little holding spot. I like having that little holding spot. I can put things over there and mark it off as don't touch this unless you know, like that. And I think they're set up that way too. Anyway, this thing is acting crazy. Can we just get back to futures then? What happened? Okay, I'm not in that one. You guys, this is TSM. This is one of the coins this is one of the things we're going to look at. This is Taiwan Semiconductor. I've got some of this on E-Trade, and she went down to 320. She's at 347 right now. It's the daily chart. It could end up being a wick, just like what happened over here. It could, and then come on back down. It could be doing that. Or she might be getting ready to break out a little bit. Unfortunately, we don't have a lot of price history on this. This is probably why we should go somewhere else and do it. She's at an area of rejection right now, 618. I'm getting interested in, maybe some of this. Taiwan Semiconductor. They can do some things that some other places can't do. What I know about them. All right. Bitcoin, are you trying to move up on this 4-hour candle? I hope you do. I hope you do. All right, so there's some crypto that's starting to pop off a little bit, and there's some good news, I think, hitting about Tau. I don't know. I haven't not really personally kept up with it. I've just looked at the chart and said, hey, Tau's looking interesting. And here we are hitting our targets over here for Tau. Bro, dog, that target's never going to get hit. That's too bullish. But yeah, here we are. Approaching the 0.5 Fibonacci after we hit our other target over here, the 113. Next target up is, we're getting closer to $800. Next target up will be this measure move, about 372, and then the 618 there at 386. Sounds crazy. First, we got to get past the area that we just now tapped right over here. Let me get this white line out of here. And at 337, we've taken out these highs. We've taken out this high. At any time, she could roll over. I'm tired. I need a break. Come back and retest this breakout area. If you can see this big ass trend line I've got, that would be a good area to look. The little parabola continued. That's why we like to look for those parabolas. But at some point, they can just continue on going. I would look for a retest back around the 290s, maybe 275 if we're lucky. It may be a minute before we get back there. She's on a tear at the moment, and there is some bearish divergence trying to form there. So I would think, let's go. This is on the 4 hour though, right? Ichimoku Cloud still looks horny as hell. She doesn't look ready to do nothing. We got a trend line. And that's pretty good, man. Yeah, I can definitely see us heading back up toward $400. But if we are going to do something, I mean, there's a major move from this. Did we even look at that idea? I think that's what the blue line was, right? No, that's too shallow. Unless we applied the multiplier, maybe we did. Possible other measure move would take us right up here to this 786 fib. So from that idea. Oh, the measure move was from the rising wedge. That's right. That's what this one was. And then there's another measure move for this little other pattern that we're in. Local pattern can take us up about 456. That's crazy for Dow, right? I've just still got mine staking. It's trying to climb up through these moving averages on the 4 hour above the 800. That's always good and beautiful. Can't bitch about that. Just not the time to buy, in my opinion. But you can definitely come in with a DCA plan or however you want to do it when she gets a little rejection over here. Should be getting something, but man, coming down to the 1 hour, I'm not seeing any bad signs just yet at this 50 moving average. Are you? So that might be one. Sometimes we can go through them little suckers, just a little bit of rejection, then pop on through. We might be getting ready to do that here for Tau. If it does that, you might be able to pick up somewhere around 340, but gosh darn it. You just know you're buying high to sell a little bit higher. Was it going to go up $40? Woohoo! The risk to reward is not that great when you get up to these prices, but hey, if you're already in it, you're happy as hell. Going to take a look at, I think it's Monad, M-O-N. I guess over on, should we do, who would have, I just want good price history. Kraken? Dick Kraken. Go to the daily, zoom out on this little guy, see what we got. It's got a green dot. I saw that market cipher on the daily. She's got a little boost up. Fractions of a penny. Looks like it's maybe 20% on the, and it doesn't look like much when you're talking about fractions of a penny, but 20% of 2 cents. You can actually make quite a good your exponential gains when you're in these bottom ranges on these tiny coins. And that seems to be one of the best places to get your multiples, your exponential growth. So we got our little 236 area we're trying to break out of. Got a trend line that just won't let me get it started anymore. What? Get off my finger, booger. That was weird. I don't know what causes that. So original trend line, and then here's the idea that I like to look for. So follow the trend line that we would have been watching the whole time. Bodies to body rule, you know. I just screw that up. I guess originally it was like this starting out. We lost it. Okay. Look like you could say maybe a bear trap, maybe. Got a lot of wicks there, so I would look at that idea. Bring this down to those wicks, see how that kind of lines up. But anyway, there's a possible idea of a bear trap here I'm looking for. That's what I was trying to get around to. Original trend line. This would be the secondary trend line we got for it, and then we got another one. Maybe this one will hold and will come up, and if we got a channel idea, which we do, maybe we're heading up toward these areas. Next major target I got is at 3 cents there. Trying to do something. She made a double top scenario over here, but it didn't lose the bottom, so we got to come take this area out. And this is the actual next Fibonacci area I'm looking for right there. Take a look at Kite Crypto. That one's kind of popping off a little bit. I was looking at the idea if we lost the trend line, we could be coming down here. Looks like that idea is not going to happen. Therefore, we got a, yet anyway, right? Or it shouldn't really. We got a trend line idea. Let me adjust that just a little bit. It came down just a wee bit lower. Bounced off the 0.5 Fibonacci idea right there. And I don't think this is an A B equals CD. Could be. Keep our eyes on this. If it were an A B equals CD, I mean, we could be looking at a target of around 43 cents, possible. That would be from the Fibonacci. And if we just applied it to the bottom of the wick, we would get this little front runner target at 41. So those are some possibilities, but just seeing what we got locally. We're at the 0.5 there as well. See if we can get up here to 26.94, right around 27 cents. That would be a good little place to take some profit. Right there. Another good little place to take some profit. It's going to be 29 or right at almost 31 cents is where I'd kind of lean a little bit more to. And that if we chance we might be able to get this little guy right there at 37 if we get bullish and go for the higher high scenario. And or come back and double top right in these areas. That would suck. About 33, wouldn't it? All right, so we're trying to get a little somewhere on here on the daily. The 4 hours is above the 200 moving average. Bullish now, so far. If we can keep it right, could roll over. I hope it doesn't. This is where trend lines will come in and save our asses. There. Well, now we got a trend line. If we break the trend line, it's time to reconsider your choices with this coin. If we keep going, it's time to pat yourself on the back. Say, hey man, I made it through the tough times. We'll see how far this puppy can go. So I'm looking right at 27 cents for Kite. It was a bargain if you got it somewhere around 18 cents. I did not. Other than Kite, we got Virtual Protocol, which is starting to do a little something right now. This is it on Binance at 72, almost 73 cents. It's trying to. Let's zoom out and take a look at this little ugly mofo. Falling wedge idea, bear trap. Man, that looks so promising. Didn't quite come up to our 618. That's where I was looking for it to come to, 198. And then the retest idea fell through, and that sucked. It's not what we expect out of these patterns. I mean, this part was, but all this wasn't. So we got that. Ends up being a failed breakout. So now we connect the new dots that we got over here. And this was an expanding pattern. Kind of go for the biggest thing. You want to go for the wicks, you can go for the wicks, but it does expand. It's getting a partial decline, so that's good, right? That's one of the signs we look for, that hey man, you're trying to level out. Hopefully you're not going to try to keep going lower. You're leveling out and trying to do some kind of breakout idea, right? So from this low that we had in October, or 7th, to the top that we had in October, same month, at $1.87, we find ourselves down at 70-something cents. We had an 886 retracement down here at the wick. Beautiful bounce. And then we've been holding the 7-8 cents ever since, and that's beautiful. That's a great sign. So it makes it look like the bottom is possibly in, unless we come back down and retest the 886 for some weird reason. Could happen. So now we can go from this high down to that little wicked low down there at that 886 and get our new strategy in order over here. See, we've already missed some of it, the accumulation zone, but we're still in it. So anywhere below 80 cents is theoretically the accumulation zone for Virtual Protocol, meaning this is where you want to build some bags. If you're trying to position trade or swing trade this little sucker, trying to sell it at $1, $1.17, or $1.34, because it can reach those areas beautifully and give you some gains. And you might be able to even double up. 40% gains up to our first target at $1. Make me holla. I get paid to do the wild thing. Up to 50% Fibonacci over here, $1.17 right here at the top of the channel idea, 60% gains. And if we can get to that 1618, which that's the main place to hold out to get to take profits or to try to enter a short idea at 134. And trading plan can be that simple. Doesn't have to be complicated. And if you watch the channel, you know how well that these, or if you played around with them yourself, you know how well that price can respect the fibs. Such an easy strategy to build a bag in this area and then just sell it as you go up. Especially if you're getting in off of these bottom fibs when we pulled it the other way. Yeah. What I like to do. Other people just have other ways to do it, I guess, or other ways of looking at it, but this way just makes a lot of sense to me, and it's always worked out pretty well. Just follow your trend lines. Ooh, what's going on here? Let me go from bodies to, okay, I think we're above it. Good. Here on the day, let's go down to the 4 hour and see what that's looking at over here. Haven't flipped the ribbon yet, but we're above the 360. We're trying to do it. Could this be the bear trap? I hope so. We like bear traps. If you follow a trend line that goes below it, it's like that swing failure pattern idea. You go below it and then you get back in. Most of the time, what you're looking for is a strong move after that. If you don't get one or one that peters out, then maybe that's not exactly what we're looking for. So we want to kick up our safety measures and stuff like that in those cases. But generally, when you break back into a trend line, balls to the wall, baby. We want to expect the most, but cover your asses. But this might be a good one. We want that. We want to see that. Take a look at Zcash. What are you looking like, Zcash? This little guy had a nice big pattern on it that I liked, and I've been talking about it every time we come over to Zcash. Because it's got a what was it? Which one were you? Where did you come down? Oh, are you Butterfly? No. Are you? Wait a minute. No, Gartley. Yeah, we got a Gartley harmonic pattern over here, and it's doing exactly what it should be doing. Beautifully what it should be doing. Has been for a long time, since February. Although you hear a lot of other things. If you weren't looking for this idea or knew how this idea, what this means, then you're like, oh my god, I don't know what the hell's going on. I think we're going to zero. But that's why I was able to remain cool every time that we came back down here. And I said, man, this thing should be bouncing from here. This should be at the bottom of the type 2 return here. And so far so good. And even when we were up at around close to 300, and then of course we had our little pullback here. It's like we did a little bear trap idea too, retest. I'm looking for us. Well, now we got no excuse but to take out this high at 290. Should be heading toward 327 before too long here. Got above the 4 hour 200 moving average for Zcash, and that, my friends, is bullish. And you already got the 50 up above it. We're just past the 50, saying, honey, I'm ready to rock and roll. So on the locals for Zcash, if we're playing for local ideas, those Fibonacci's right there, baby. 618, we always want to look at that one. 360's up there. We can go tap that. Hopefully go a little higher and touch that. About $260. We're at 245. Another 15 bucks. It's not very much. Just a little 5-6% move there. Depending on what kind of leverage you got, you might see your count go up, 3, 4, 5, 100 times. I don't know what kind of X leverage you use over there. 7X is pretty good. 5 to 7 is decent for something like this. If you want to be kind of moderate. Big, thick cloud over here just begging for us to go through it. All right, ladies and gentlemen, let me come back over to the chat. Robusty! So, Avi must have a new video out. We'll have to take a look at that on the end screen. Do boogers come with shoes? That's a good question. I can think of one time that a pair probably did when I was a kid, though. But yeah, one pair I know did, but I can't speak for most of them. Like a panty thrown off the Empire State Building. G Motorsports, how you doing, my man? Good to see you. Had a dream I lost all my Bitcoin last night. Oh, that's not a dream, my friend. That's a nightmare from hell. Woke up in a bit of a panic. I think I would too. Quickly checked. I don't blame you, because those alternate realities suck when you get stuck in them, right? Thank God I still got it all. Oh, you made it back to this universe. Congratulations, my man. That would suck, wouldn't it? Wouldn't it suck? You go back to your wallet, you're expecting to open it up and see the Bitcoin that you worked your ass off to trade and get and buy and everything, and then it's not there. Horrible. So glad that didn't happen to you, my man. Society X says, Ave and Pingu for you tonight. Let's take a look. I do like Ave. I haven't looked at Pingu in a while. And Pingu. Take a look at those. Okay, so we just did Tau. We did Monad. We did Kite. And Virtuals. And Zcash. We got those taken care of right there. Those are the ones that have been kind of up a little bit. I'm going to look at some other things too here tonight. And then also, like I said, we're going to take a little look at commodities, metals, and maybe a few stocks just to see what's open for us. On some of the, it should be a lot. It's pretty similar on some of the crypto platforms too, or if you have a Robinhood or E-Trade account or something like that, it could be helpful. We got Sin in the house. How we doing? Send me the link when you can. I've heard a bunch about Weeks. I did put it up in the chat here earlier. Somewhere. It did. It did do it, right? Did it not? I clicked it. Or maybe I'm just late on the chat. Yeah. I may just be not low down on the chat. Okay, there we go. Damn, any numbers? MG Motorsports. No, it's just me doing stupid trading and lost it all. What? Ave says, join Road Dog's free Telegram group. And there are the links. It is free. There's a lot of features over here. One of the things I need to do, that I said I wanted to do that I haven't done, is come over to our vanity wall, and there's Brackish. And Brackish, no, that's me. Let's go back up here. Here we go. Is that, when was this? This was, here's Brackish with the 101% Solana long right there. Is this was me. Okay, this is old. 111 from a short. This is Brackish with a 38% Solana long right there. I think this was a short. I think I've already went over these on the show. One of the Bitcoin short, selling from average entry was right around 74.9. Here's another one. And another one. And River, was this mine or? Yeah, there's this road. Okay, that's. I thought I had one for Brad. And there's a MG right there. Hey, you. How's it going, my man? All right, so that's our vanity wall. I haven't posted anything up there. Oh, look at you, Zcash. Did you just pop up there? Did that just happen? Or was it already like that? Did it already have a heart on like that? That's a big candle. I'm just saying, that's pretty sizable. But anyway, over into the trading group over here, the trading setups, and need to post some setups over here tonight if we can find any. But there are two rooms over here. We got the lounge area. Now this one's got an AI bot in it that does a lot of things, and you just press the little tab over here and it gives you all the commands. This is from Coin Trends. I've had this over here for a couple years and it just keeps growing and doing things. Anything that you want to find out about the market, I'm sure you can. It does all kinds of things. An amazing tool. And then over in our actual chart room link, there's two different groups over here. This is where we got the trade setups and all this other stuff. We've also got a signals group over here that where my bots are running, and you're up and running now, right? Yeah, they're up and running. I still got, I'm still tweaking all these old guys over here. But they prints out, it scans the market from some of the top coins. that are available over on Binance, I believe, is where we're going. And there's been some short signals here. Most recently, here tonight, there was a long for XRP, which came out just about an hour ago, suggesting targets at 149, 154, and maybe even 159 for XRP. So that's what it's saying. Other than that, it had a short earlier this afternoon for gold. But there's a lot of things available over there. There's an AI chart bot analyzer over there to kind of be a mentoring guide. If you got some chart questions, you post your chart, ask your question. It'll analyze it and kind of help you, guide you through it. May see some things you didn't see. Could be, find some take profit areas and all kinds of good things. All right, let's let me come back to the chat over here one more time. Watching the intro on my phone, but watching the live on my computer. TMO says, new schedule got me all messed up. Got me all messed up too, to be honest with you. We haven't got a solid schedule just yet. It's still light out where I am. This can't be late night. It's 5 o'clock somewhere. Yeah, we're late night. The early edition of late night show is what this is. I'm working on transitioning to, I would like to actually do a morning show so I can catch those moves. My circadian rhythm is so screwed up right now, and it keeps getting worse. So I've got to take some measures to straighten this out. And I would think that me streaming this early would help things. It does to some extent. But me streaming late at night, that does, for some reason, it just keeps me up all night. And that's fine, but as far as my trading goes, it affects my trading because I'm starting to tone out and fall asleep and nod off right before all the big moves happen. They happen. I don't get to take profits. I get to come back and say, oh, I got stopped out, or, oh, it went down and stopped me out and lost. They couldn't hit my stop loss. Or, my take profit didn't quite get it. It's these little things. I can't manage my trades when they're going on like that. And that's the best time, usually the brunt of your moves come in the morning markets, unless we get some kind of surprise thing late at night, which normally, I don't know. Trying to get some healthier habits. Apple water late night. Oh, that was a crazy night. That was a crazy night. I haven't done that since, have we? I like the second to the last robot. Go Waltz. It's your birthday. Cooter pimp. Trying to get Cooter back up and out and get it back in the limelight over here. Let's go over. Let's get back to some of these altcoins. Let's take a look at Aave. This is Aave on how about Binance? Against Tether. Does that work? Let's go to the daily. See what she's doing. I see a trend line. It's a fuzzy trend line, but it is a trend line idea, and it seems to be holding it, so I'm cool with that. We seem to be respecting that fuzzy trend line. I think we've already got you out over here, didn't we? There's some resistance up at 173. We don't need these guys over here anymore. Let's check out our moving averages over here. They're technically, the 300, 600, and 800 still bullish formation. This is kind of weird. I'm not liking this. 200 trying to cross the 800. So the question is this trend line going to hold as support, or are we going to roll over? And this would make me look at this sideways and, kind of be cautious. But the cloud's saying, well, you might be rolling over. We got that little B sliver of green right there. All these other moving averages are all nice and tight together. They just need to get bullish. And we got the 9 over the 21. Are you getting ready to cross? Bearish? I think I'll be paying attention to these guys over here. Let's go to the 4 hour and see what we say. 4 hour. Yeah, we're not above the 200 moving average yet. Aave is still a lot more bearish than I would like to see it. I actually think this is a good project. And I'm surprised it didn't do even better during the bull cycle, really. But we seem to be in this nice range that we've been in all year. It went down to 104. We're at 112 right now. It's fighting. It's having a fight, man. I think it's going to be down here in this range for a minute, to be honest with you. Let's, can I clear this off? So, we'll take our Fibonacci from this high over here where we bounce back from that bottom wick. Let that be our top. Take it down to this new low. You do something a little bit more local here, even though this high to that low really kind of encapsulates the whole move. So for our higher price targets, I would rather depend on that or something else. But for something local stuff, I think this will help dial it in a little bit better. So looking at these areas, it'd be awesome if we could get back to 157. Let's see if we can make this just a little bit more tighter. Go a little bit, scale it down just a little bit. Oh, we keep testing these 236s, don't we? All right. I like that. Let me change my line over here. 147 looks kind of cool to me. I kind of like that. And that should be pretty much doable for this channel idea too. All right, let's go to the 4 hour now. So we haven't quite got a ribbon flip. It's trying, but we haven't done it yet. Hopefully it will, man. That was a good higher low over here. It's got to take these guys out. This one failed to take this guy out last time, so we got a lower high, and then we able to get a higher low. So got to take this guy out at 125, and we're at 112 now. So I would at least be looking for that, and I guess for your resistance, you really need to see it break out of that trend line, right, to take this guy out. But if we do see it only come up to 122 and roll over, I mean, it could do that, make a lower high here, and then who knows if it's going to come down lower or just kind of consolidating this range over here. Not too exciting, and I like this one too. I'm trying to play this one too with spot margin. It's a very small position, but I'm trying to grow it, but there's not much to grow it with over here, right? All right, let's take a look at Pingu. Pingu on, I guess, Binance. Zoom to the daily. What is this? Something roundy that's not roundy anymore. She was trying, right? Probably is still trying. Double bottom situation down here. Well, you're probably not going to like this idea, and it may not happen at all. But since we lost the 886, I mean, either we're going to come back up and reclaim it, and be on our happy little asses up and let this be the bottom, and that's cool. But there's a lot of times, you know, sometimes there's a chance we might come back to do the actual double bottom down here, and that would be dropping down about another 50%. If I'm eyeballing this right, let me check because my eyeballs aren't always right. About 46%. Gosh darn it, that's about right. So the Ichimoku cloud's hinting that maybe we can get sucked in it and get back up here, right? But that was 886. That's why I was leaning so heavily into this guy, and we lost it. We didn't want that. That was not what we wanted to happen. And so I think it might be opening up the possibility to come down here for a complete double bottom, unless we get back above it. Just trying, so I'll give it that. So if we can reclaim that area, so much the better, but if not, man. So do we have any bullish divergence? Nothing really, no. And it says it is not as likely to get up above this because of, you know, it would end up being bearish divergence as we come up. So it's still definitely an accumulation, I think. I don't think it's ready to just take off just yet. Let's go to the 4 hour and see what it says over here. Now, 4 hour is trying to get over the 200, and it needs to because that makes us bullish, remember? It's done it before, but it couldn't keep it. We got all these moving averages right here together, so that is kind of unique. So it is either break up or roll the F over in these situations here. And Market Cipher has given you the green dot so far, it has, but you still got a lot of these things are kind of up there. So with them getting this tight, we need to see it get up above here. So it needs to go up, what is it, about another, that's not a half a penny, what is that? It doesn't have to do very much, about another 5-6% just to get up here. Just get above these moving average, get over that 360 would be awesome. If it can't, this can turn into a rollover and just drop us down. And I don't know if that bear flag or idea might be coming into play. But so far, we got a trend line. So stops below a trend line. Possible bear trap idea. Possible. Retest. Possible. I'd say just be cautious. Be cautious. Because we don't know until it actually gets above there whether we're going to flip or not. But if we do, it's bullish AF, right? That would be a that would be a ribbon flip happening. So the ribbon flip on this one might be happening over the next day or so, hopefully. Let's take a look at Canton Network. Well, you're sucking. You're at what, 14 cents? Where'd you drop down to? 13.7? You were hanging around 16, 17. A lot of people were buying you over there. I think I even tried you out there too. I haven't bought this on spot. I played it on perps a few times, but don't own the perps, do you? Are we in a falling wedgie to the upside? Would hope so. That would be cool. Okay, we've hit some good areas there. Definitely. Look at that. 1618. Woo, baby. Now you're looking kind of sexy to me. All right, let's pull out our fibs and let's get targets. All right, so we did hit a bottoming area there. Maybe falling wedge idea. It's about 75% of the way into the falling wedge. It's time for this little puppy to break out. 68% chance it breaks to the upside. Measure move, if you want to just do a basic measure move over here. Possibly, we got to change it when we get our breakout right. Takes us up to about this 886 fib area right there. Well, that's kind of cool. I would like to go from 14 cents to 17 cents. Or $1.70 would be even cooler if you wanted to do that. I'm just saying. That small little move up there is about 22% gains for anybody wanting to take that CC ride, although it might take weeks for that to happen. Just saying. This is a 4-hour, or it may feel like weeks to take to happen. So it might be one to look on the radar, especially if we actually do get a breakout. All right, let's take a look at River. River doing what River does, which is making a lot of people cry and cuss and seek counseling. Initial trend line, lost that little sucker. Secondary trend line, lost that sucker. Last line in the sand, haven't lost it yet, but might. We'll be coming down to retest this line here. Maybe we'll get some support over here. Last hope I got for this area to hold somewhere around 21. Maybe it will. Still got this target over here at $38. We've not hit it yet, but if we continue making higher highs and higher lows, which is what we have been doing, as janky as it is, we can get there eventually, you know what I'm saying? 382 and they get slapped down a little bit, stepped in harder. They like to slap the river. Have you spanked your river today? I'm just asking. Let's take a look at Siren. You remember Siren? It was the big green bubble on the chart yesterday, and it still is a big green bubble on the chart today. It's just a big red bubble and not near the number that it was yesterday. Binance, yeah, we talked about how scammy Binance is. So I'd be very careful with this one, because this one sucked. Look at that. Well, we talked about a possible situation like that happening just last night. How this thing was kind of weird. Thing went up to 472, people, and then quickly came back down. I think we were looking at it last night, and it looked like it was sketchy. Very sketchy. Lost that trend line, came in under here, and we might have looked at that idea. If you were going to try to play it, you'd want to stops under here because you'd have to do something. But that's all it took. Lose that trend line, and then boom, that one was gone. And if you were trying to play your trend lines over here, which it did, but when it lost it, it was over. Well, if you were going by this idea here and you took the measure move, what would that look like? We're nowhere near where we are if you put it there, right? It goes into -0 territory, so that can't work. All right, zoom out on the 4 hour and let's see if we can figure out. I think it's safe to say this one was rugged. I don't know if there's been any news on this one or whatever, but she lost her 50 moving average, and I mean, maybe it'll start pumping back again. The little pump groups will come back in. All right, fellas, we're going to go in hard. But as now we're definitely under resistance here. Maybe if it regains that trend line. But until it does, that trend line is just going to act as resistance to knock its ass right back down. That's also where the 200 moving average is. So regain the 200, maybe. Might have an idea. It's more of a gamble than a play right now. There's definitely not. Oh man, this is definitely a setup. There's no setup. There's like flip a coin. Which way it's going to go? I think it's got a little bit more probability to go up some, but will it stick? Right? I wouldn't trust this one. But you know, we didn't pull our fibs. I guess we. Oh wow, that's a big ass wick, man. That is one big ass wick. That is an 886 retracement area, and there's a 360 moving average. So if you wanted to try the long, I couldn't blame you at all, because that's what we look for long off these areas, especially these moving averages. I mean, maybe. Are you available? Are you over on, are you on weeks? Was that Siren? It didn't have it over on Blowfin. That's why I didn't play it. One of the reasons. Oh, you do have it. It's down 56% today. It would probably be smart to see if there was any kind of... Oh, well, now it's starting to give me my codes over here. Maybe. I'm not doing 20x. Now, if you're playing on weeks, now they don't do... One of the things I admired about Blowfin is that they start you out at 3x. This is what weeks does. So every time you go to get an altcoin, it's going to start you out at 20x, and that may not be what you're looking for. It's not what I'm looking for. This thing is $1. I think I can get by with maybe 5x right there. That's reasonable. Let's see if we can get us a little trade setup idea over here. I think I'm going to go with the 1 hour. Let's put our Fibonacci's. Low. I was going to go for that little 382 right here. 229. This 236 right here is pretty cool. So if I put my stop loss near here, sure, my idea would be invalidated as soon as it broke whatever trend line that I arbitrary, that I put over here. Like if I wanted to go here, I could get a very, very nice tight stop loss, but I easily get stopped out. And it does happen when I do this a lot, right? So if I want to not get stopped out and still have a little range, I have to accept the fact that I'm just not going to have that big of a position, because there's too big of a gap from where I'm entering and where I'm putting my stop loss. So I got to say, I'll compromise on my position size, right? Is this our long setup? So put me stop loss under here. It's under the trend line and under there. So that will definitely invalidate any kind of idea. And I just got to be cool but I can still get some pretty good. So I really need to take it. I really need it to come back up here where it left off before. If I want a 4-to-1, I can try that. So I've got 5x on a $100 account over here. My risk reward. So I like sticking to 1% if I can do it. Sometimes I might, if I'm degenning and playing around, I might go for 50 cents for my loss. So I'm going to set this up proper, and we track it here. Select by get this. I got it. Okay. Semi-take profit would be 2.29. My stop loss would be at 75 cents, and we're at just go ahead and mark it. And so I want to get it to where I just lose $1. And will it let me do it at all? I might not even be able to do it at all. Is that no? Well, I can. It's about $3 on that. So what does that mean? I'm going to have to adjust my stop loss or adjust my leverage. So let's see if we can lower the damn leverage, I guess. Let's take it down to 3x. Smaller position because I'm smaller, far away from it, right? If I'm going to try to be responsive, it's still not letting me do it. It's still too far from my stop loss. All right, well, let's take it below this other wick. We're on what, the 1 hour? So it's been several hours since we've been down here. Maybe she's holding. All right, that gives me a hell of a lot better risk reward. Can I go back to 5x? I mean, I could have aped in, but then I'm throwing my risk reward off. And I guess if I actually do get stopped out, then I'm stopped out for more than my 1%, stopped out for more 3%, and that doesn't help me properly grow my account, right? That's you're still doing this shit to me. What the hell? I'm not trying to do that. Are you the same? All right, so it looks like everything that I'm doing, I'm getting these. Oh, I didn't change my thing. Dummy. To 90 cents. That's why. I wonder why. Why are you getting any different numbers? Dumbass. All right, there we go. That's a little better. It's about 142. That's about 1.5%. I will make an adjustment for you. It's 3x. I will take that adjustment because my risk reward is pretty decent. So I will take that, and this is a small ass trade at 3x. If we can find a better one that I'll have more conviction in and go heavier on. That's okay for that account size to do that, I think. All right, so Siren looks like it sucks and looks like a rug pull, but you know. We also got Decred. Now I think I'm probably the only one that looks at this and plays around with it, but it's one of my dark horse coins over here, and she's had a little drop today. And so I'm looking because it went up, and I know it's an accumulation phase, and $20, a drop from 36. My interest in it is how it's doing over here. How I'm playing it is against Bitcoin, because I see a different chart over here on Bitcoin. On Bitcoin on this daily, I see this big ass ribbon flip, and it looks different here, right? Looks a little bit more bullish over here for Bitcoin. So I'm slowly, after I've sold out, after it comes up, and that's my whole game plan. Accumulate down here, layer out as we go up on these things, and I think I had about 100 of these before. I've only got I only had 10 of them when we started coming back. I think I've got 13 now, because I'm just what I do over here, and I could probably do it better, or if it's depending on how low that we go. But I'm gradually buying back in as we come down from the profits that I got over here. So I'm rolling it back over. But I got some of this on a hardware wallet, then I've got some of it on an exchange. And I've been able to moonbag. You know, I was able to moonbag 100 of these last cycle. I mean, I was hoping I'd be able to sell them for $500, but that never happened. But you know, I was able to pick up an extra 100 of these moonbagging, and I'm trying to try it all over again. But thinking in terms of a pyramid where you got little levels, and each little level ideally would be a little bit bigger than the other one, or you can just, you know, just go each level same amount, and you kind of aggregate in the middle. At least if you go down like this way, you're a little bit more weighted toward the bottom, right, to help bring your average entry price in. All right, so I just screw all that up. Oh man, I don't know what happened there. We just lost everything. But Decred, I kind of like that one. It's coming down. It's having a bad day today, but I'm like to play it against Bitcoin. All right, let's take a look at a few things over here. I want to take a look at XTI. Figured you would have had it on weeks. You don't show it over here on weeks. So I guess L-Bank? Are you still you're still a thing? And Bitmart and Gate.io. So there's some other places that have oil. Oh man, are you down that low? Really? Wait a minute. Did I get stopped out of my... I guess I got stopped out of my oil trade. Ooh, did you get me hard? Wait a minute, you're not it. You're the other one that's over here. Let's check our... What happened on my oil trade over here? I got stopped out. Well, at least I actually... All right. Okay, cool. So what I'm seeing that I like about weeks is that, well, at least when I put my... At least when I get stopped out at entry or a little bit above, at least I'm actually getting a profit and not showing myself being under. Okay, that's cool. All right. Well, let's go take a look at oil. She be a drop-in over here. 87. I don't have a good chart over here. We'll take a look at over here. WTI. We'll just look at the actual oil ticker. Sweet crude oil. You have to reload this thing. Thing's acting jangly. Take you over to I guess a 15-minute. So oil, having a hard time. And looks like, I swear, I think this was coming down. $85 we got at the 618, I believe. And this is WTI. And you can see if you're trading it somewhere else, a little different. Oh my, is that an Adam and Eve top? Hasn't confirmed, but it could be. I don't know. It's a lower high. That's what matters. Actually, I think we did. Did we draw this before? Butterfly pattern. I think we did. We did. Oh yeah, because we got butterfly harmonic pattern target down here. There's a scenario where we can come back to $48. Now that means everything smooths over time, over the summer or over the spring, and or however long it takes, and we find ourselves back eventually at 48. I guess to just go back in a boring ass range. And I was like, well, that's crazy, and thought we might be getting a bear trap here, but now we've officially lost it. I think it's time to start looking at shorting oil. I mean, the smart people already shorted it from Sunday, right? But I mean, now we've actually got maybe some confirmation ideas over here, especially from bodies to wicks, and now we've lost it totally. There's no doubt about it. We lost it. So there's a chance of some support right down here where we wicked down to before. That's a bullish idea that's still possible. Let's do our swing high to swing low to swing high. Let me adjust that guy. And there's also these areas over here. I would look at an 886, maybe some traction there, but the pattern, how deep that it came back, is making me think that we can even go lower than $70 a barrel. The flag to the upside did not fly on this one. Sad to say for those flag people who just automatically put it into a flag and a big leg to the upside. Swing high to swing low. 0.5 rejection right there. All right, so in a situation like this, when we're starting to do this, we see that 0.5. We want to maintain the idea that we might be looking at this. Now that idea would take us down here, ironically, on the 1 hour to test this 800 moving average almost perfectly at this moment in time. By the time we got down here, this would be in a totally different place, so it wouldn't look as neat and confluent at that point in time. But right now, $76. Looks like there could be a play there. You making me want to go short 'em. I see the roll over here on the 15-minute. Oh, you really making me want to go short. But should you short the bottom? Now that I can't get into. That I can't get into. I don't like shorting the bottoms. It ends up usually not being a bottom. You feel me, dog? Swing low to our local swing high. We got a 786 bottom. Looks like it'd be great support. Maybe it is. I don't know. All I know is that we got trend lines that just didn't do a damn thing right here, but lose it. And now we found ourselves down at the bottom, toward the bottom of the triangle. Will it hold us? Can it hold us? Do we have any respect for angles? Not yet. I don't see anything just yet. Even lost that trend line, this trend line. Ooh, baby. Maybe that will hold. We can flirt with that idea. There might be a little traction there, but ultimately, we're still bearish. What I'm saying. I'd like to get in about $90, $91 for a short. What I'd like to do. I would like to see you come back up to the 0.5 area right over here. About 91.16 and short the bejesus out of you. I'm even going to put a little note right over here, so next time we come and we'll know exactly what Road Dogg thought here. Where's my little, isn't there a text box or something over here? Price label comment. Is a comment what I'm looking for? Comment. Thinking about shorting the bejesus. Is it bejesus? Bud badgy, but bejesus. I'm thinking the bejesus. Out of this level. Right here. That's my mindset on it, so that's what I'm thinking about. Let me come over to the chat, see what you guys are talking about over here. Florida Swamp Monkey says, Bufo Fett. Bufo. Shadowing 1880, how we doing? Proper persuasions. Boof your Bitcoin, then 100%, no touch afterwards. All right, let's come over here. I want to take a look at, okay, so we looked at oil real quick, right? Let's take a look at platinum. XPT is what it's trading on if you're in crypto. They got it across several. Oh, you got it over here on KuCoin? Do you really? This is platinum, and it was down where nobody loved it, 1800. It's at 1900 right now. Now, back in my jewelry days, platinum was going around 2200 an ounce. Rhodium was the, oh man. Rhodium, byproduct of it, of the process when they mine platinum. Very much expensive. Nobody talks about that anymore. Platinum. If we get a breakout over here, that would be awesome. My homegirl, Tori Trades, has made a bunch of money. She bought a damn Ferrari recently, but she trades oil and platinum. A lot. And I'd say that last run on oil is probably what helped her buy her Ferrari. I don't know. I haven't really kept up with the details on that, but she's been doing very well. She's got a very simple trend line strategy, much like what we use over here. breakout area right there. We need to see if we can get out of this one. That would be awesome. But it does look like your metals starting to get a little kickback here. Gold, silver, and platinum. Maybe getting some support over here. I'm just trying to see if I can see it. Not quite seeing it yet. Daily, we're not above the 9. Get above that 9 daily, I would definitely be feeling a lot better of it. You do have the green dot here, stochastic to the upside. Starting to look interesting on platinum. I don't see a setup for an entry. 36 minute, you already broke out of the 200 moving average. Unless we come back and test this area about 1950, 1941. I would like about that area right there. Was it about 1943? It's just right over this area here, about where we wicked up to the top. It'd be right above the. Look at that. 21 getting ready to. This is starting to look good. It's at the 360 for rejection, so we should compromise a little bit. We should pull back a little bit. I don't want to FOMO in right now on it, but I wouldn't mind putting a little limit order in somewhere. All right, platinum looks kind of interesting. XAUT is gold, same as PAX-G. Take a look at over here on MEXC. Also looking good. It's 4,500. It was at 41. People were calling for 38. They might still be. It's above the 200 on the 36. Or did you make it trying to go toward the 200 on the 1 hour? The ribbon flip over here. They fanned out, so we can be climbing up a little bit. Not out of the woods yet on this one. But some more heavy resistance up around 47, 48,000. 45 right now. Let's pull our fibs out. We just made it past. We just got out of the discount zone there. The 4,400 like it was the place to accumulate. Next target of interest 46.53. And main one I'm looking for right now. It says we could get back up to 49. That's a good area to go test. But if the trend line is going to stop us, I'd be looking at that 0.5, and that could be our rollover. If we roll over 0.5, we could be looking at 40 or 38. Could be happening there. Oh, well, that's cool to see. This is on the 1 hour. Got some traction. Let's take a look at XAG or silver. What's this on Binance over here? Silver's at 73, dropped down to 61. Nobody loved it then. It hung out about 68. Some people loved it then. Some people got back in around 68. 73 now. She's getting up there. Starting to do a little something. Alexa skip. We still got a rollover over here on these moving averages. Now we're trying to climb through them. So I'm looking for us to get about 76. I don't know if we'll get very much unless it just gets the breakout. I would rather take the breakout trade on this. Because unless we got a little bit more of a confirmation other than it coming up and possibly rolling over. So you can't really tell with the moving averages flipping over like that. I could see a rollover happening as we go up. But it's nice that it found some support over here. Let's pull our fibs out and see what we come up with. Did we get a good area for a bottom? No, not really. Not really. Might be working on coming back down here at some point. All right, and we did platinum, we did silver, we did gold. We did oil, or sweet crude oil, XTI, WTI. Let me come back over to the chat and see you guys. 16 people hanging out with me tonight. Thank you for being here, everybody. What about 0.925, silver? Like a pantry trailing off the Empire State Building. Florida Swamp Monkey said that's metal silver? That would be the silver metal. It's made of silver. Part of the year is a monkey. Ladies and gentlemen, it's time for a good ass coffee break.
The morning's gray, the clocks are full. The world outside moves slow, so slow. But there's a spark, a golden glow. Good ass coffee's here, you know. Oh, the best part of waking up is good ass coffee in your cup.
Good ass coffee. Get yours some today. Doesn't matter what brand. Just go out and get some good ass coffee. Nothing else to destroy your circadian rhythm and keep you up all night. Like some good ass coffee. All right. This is TSM. We're going to look at the crypto stock version of it. It's available in a lot of places. I think we'll just go. Oh, okay. I guess we can come over here. TSM. There's not enough history over here, to be honest with you. But I guess we'll go with the regular stock. But it's available tokenized stocks. TSM is Taiwan Semiconductor. She got up to 389 recently on a bit of decline. But you can see the strength in this little booger. It's kind of like an NVIDIA on steroids. And I've been in this one for a little bit. And I like it. I wish I'd bought more. But unfortunately, MicroStrategies just was not playing ball with me. We got a big ass parabolic move here on TSM. And you're like, but it's too high. But this is semiconductors. Any pullback that this little booger right here gets, I would definitely consider trying to look to get in. And maybe she's coming for one. There's definitely some bearish divergence playing out or setting up here. But in a parabolic move, it doesn't quite work out the way that you've been told. It kind of works out more in groups of three. And it can take a minute before it actually kicks in. And when it comes to the stock market, it might take a little bit more while than just a few weeks over here. Or a few years, as this one's starting to do. Oh my goodness, how would you do that? So we are getting a slight pullback. We'll take our Fibonacci's and see if we can come up with some viable areas to pay notable attention to. We did bounce off of one to just keep your eye off of right where we are right now. Ideally, I would want to at least come back to 382, about 292. Not that I'm wanting you to drop down there at all, though, to be honest with you. I want you to keep going up. And bouncing off of this 236 area just means that, well, maybe this top wasn't really the top. Maybe we got a little bit more to go before we, can actually figure out where our top is. That's how I interpret the 236. It means, we could still be going. This is just a temporary break, right? For example, right here. Right here. See, this was the top, and then we did the 236. What happened? Well, we didn't come down to 382 where we needed. It was telling us, oh, that's not the top yet. Let's wait. There's some more coming. Now, we can guesstimate with some of these higher areas to where we might be going and stuff, but that's not usually the best way. So I would be at the same thing. If you want to guesstimate where we might be going, 420. Oh, my God. 420 for TSM? That sounds better than the 382 at 293. I say go for 420, man. Go for it. I'm putting you on there. I'm putting you on there as a possibility. Let's make it a dotted line. Take a little emphasis off of it. But I'm thinking, hey, man, come on up here. See if you can do that. So I would like to see about 420. I guess a lot of people would. I'm not crazy about seeing 293, but that would be the area if we do come down. That would be touching about this 50 moving average, retesting this little area right over here. So testing about 293, $300, and then trying to bounce up. That would be actually kind of cool too. Now, if we did something, if we pulled that off, there would be a measured move that could be suggesting we come to 547, 548, right? If we did that. That's what I'm looking at. Meanwhile, on the 4-hour time frame, we're almost touching the 200 moving average. Do we need to touch it? We never touched it before over here or over here. Like, yeah, we still got to bounce. Maybe we're bouncing here now. I don't know, man. She's trying to do a little something. I guess if you squint your eyeballs and say, hey, man, we got a full candle after that breakout. Well, let's go all in. Yeah, okay. Maybe. Hope so. Good luck. Let's hope it's not a rollover. Go through that red cloud. Let's do something. Let's try. 343 on Taiwan Semiconductor. If you're in it, you're happy. If you're not in it, hopefully you can find a comfortable place to get in. You remember Nvidia? That was the bee's knees when it was $1.19. However, since it was $1.19, it can't really seem to get over 210. We just kind of stay in 180 area forever. Like, as soon as it got away from 119 area. Yeah. My goodness, back in April, Independence Day, that Nvidia was the place to get Independence Day. Or Liberation Day. Liberation Day, Nvidia should have been the one that we all targeted, I believe. She's got a green dot here on the 4 hour. That's kind of cool. Suggesting, or that's been confirmed a couple hours ago. I guess we've not seen a damn thing from it because, well, markets are closed right now, but still. Let's look at this on the daily. Oh, Nvidia, I've got nothing bullish to say for you right now. You lost the 200 daily moving average. Damn. Do I need to sell my Nvidia? And see if I can buy it back a lot cheaper here. So, did we talk about this earlier over here with the SPX tech stocks over here? Yeah, they're not having the greatest time over here. Could be some kind of topping pattern. I'm looking for this down here, but it's also the 236. Remember we just said that could mean our top's not in. Possible, but you need to be bouncing and getting higher if you're going to be saying that. So we did find some support there, but are we going to retest and lose it? Are we going to bounce from it? I don't know, man. But if this dumps, that's going to have a bad effect on tech stocks and a lot of things on the regular market. That's a little scary. But good news to say is that our VIX thing that we were watching over here, this is the VIX. And that is not... Let me get out of this one. The VIX thing, it got rejection over here. That's cool at 30. When this thing gets above 30, that's when everybody starts freaking out and selling the hell out of their stocks and getting the hell out. It's also a good time if you got cash after we get in here, when everybody's done all that and capitulated, to buy up, right? When things. So we got a little note of your acquire assets when it gets above 30. When we drop back down, so things started cooling off, I guess, with the announcement of countries and the Strait of Hormuz and things like that, giving some optimism. But this could change on a dime here. So volatile market, baby, volatile market. I want to take a look at Palantir Technologies over on the NASDAQ here on the daily. She was doing good, $200, $1.85, got down to 126 just a few weeks ago. I've not actually been looking at you. I've got some of this that I bought. I remember getting in on this thing, watching somebody talk about it back in, I guess, 2020, 2021, in those areas when it was like $7 or $8. It went up a little bit and I sold. I mean, I did good, you know, it's a small position anyway, but I didn't know it was going to go no damn $200. Damn. Rounded bottoms, they're worth holding on to. I'm just saying, rounded bottoms are worth holding on to. You build a position in a rounded bottom and you sell when it doubles, you think you're a genius or you did really good, or maybe you get a 3x out of it. It feels great then, right? Until you look back in hindsight after you give a rounded bottom some time, you're like, damn, I could have like 20x that some of it. We bounce off the 382 is exactly what we would like to see happen over here, so I like that. Hopefully that will keep. Unless we make a lower high, we can be coming up to some higher high areas. The most notable one that I would want to touch out of that little guy would be these two notable areas over here. Right now, it's just a hope and a dream because we don't know if we're going to get a higher high yet or not, break out of it. But if we do, these targets are definitely on the market right here. That'd be 286 and 333 if a situation like that happens. We want to come from here and we're, oh, almost got something there. If I'm going from bodies to that wick. So she may not be through with this trend line if she's going to hold it at all, but there's a chance. 382 Fibonacci, it's kind of sexy. If it holds, it could be really cool and really awesome. If it does not hold, well, there's lots of things that we could be doing over here. And one such variation could be, you know, bringing us all the way back down to about $52, right? Could we get a lower high end? I would be looking for possibly that $50 or $60 area. But until then, we're trying. That's crazy to say that. How do you say that just so nonchalantly? That's just because that's hard to imagine because we haven't been there since in a couple of years. So, kind of weird to just throw that out flippantly because of that. But we haven't broken those issues. I mean, but if we do break those issues, we can look at that idea. Right now, we can still see these guys, right? We can also still see some local target areas, and I like to look on the big scope of things, then zoom in a little bit and see what we've been doing. Same thing we always do. We got to coulda, woulda, shoulda bought some more down here somewhere under 140 so that we could sell it at 156 or hopefully up here around 175 if we can make it up that far. How long we've been going? Oh my gosh, our 2 hours is almost up. We've done quite a bit tonight. Sorry if I missed any of your requests if I haven't seen them, but we've been over quite a bit. I've been over Canton Network. We went over River, went over Ave, went over Pingu, went over Siren. We went over Decred, I think. Did we go over Sky? Let me go back to crypto real quick. I meant to go over Sky in crypto. And Skycoin, who would be the best? Hell, let's try Binance. Let's try something else. Gemini, looks about the same. Are you really 6 cents? Weren't you like 30 something cents not long ago? Have you fell that much? No, okay, I'm thinking of Syrup. Syrup was the one. This is Sky. This used to be Maker DAO. Now you're 7 cents. It would be $1,500. You got too many tokens. All right. Our targets. This was, what were you? The 886? You didn't quite get up there, did you? She hit the 786 at the top of the trend line. Trend line area that we got from over here, from these bottoms, put over there, by the way, and got rejected right there. So I did not follow that. I was heavy into the 886. 786 wanted the 0.082. Now we're getting our pullback. Really need that trend line to hold right there, but let's see. Let's go to the bottom wicks over here. I mean, to the bottom body. Maybe that will hold. Maybe that will hold. All right, so this one's had a little bit of a bad day. It's had a little bit of a drop, not by much. I'm not crazy about this one anymore. It was just one that we did not talk about that I had on my list. And I think the other one I want to take a look at is Hood. You know, Robin Hood. They got some stock out. And it's available in crypto tokens too. Oh, here it is over on Weeks. Where I happen to saw it today. Let's go to the daily. Why do you look so weird over here? You're 58 cents to the what? This is something that's not it. That's not it. That, I believe, is a, yeah, here we go. They got perpetual futures there. I guess there's a meme coin on it, too. It's $71 right now. We'll go to the stocks. Robinhood markets over here. Yeah, here we go. So $69 for the actual stock right now. And, oh man, looks like you still got some more rolling over to do, don't you? You're still coming down. So Robinhood stock was 154. It bottomed out over here. Yeah. In 2023, nobody loved you. In the last bear market, you were about $9. We haven't quite made it back down there yet. Well, let's just take an overall bottom to the high. There might be some support around 62. Might hold for a minute, might hold for longer. I don't know. That would be one place to look for. More interesting places are going to be down here about your 786 area. That price point is going to be right around $38, $37.38. So we're trying to see what happens around $62.38. This one looks like it can at least come down here. If you're looking at the bear flag idea, which it can be, I mean, I'm not a big bear flag person, but this is the point of the market where they would be showing up, and you can see how that can get us down to this area too. So testing the 800 daily moving average could be happening. See what our indicators look like down here. Stochastics are down buried, so that's cool. Just got that out of the way. RSI is buried here on the 3-day. So you see the stochastics are still over here. If we can get this like on the 3-day or the weekly to come down to the 0 level, and you can also catch the RSI when they're down here and near these low areas in the red, that's going to be the time that's worth looking at this. So I think we still got some downside on this one. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we went over TSM, Taiwan Semiconductor, went over NVIDIA, went over micro strategies, right? MSTR, didn't we? I don't think we did. Micro strategy tokens over here, or stock. She's at 136. I'm looking at about $91 right here. I've had it in this, and we watched the ideas, and this is kind of how it plays out. We draw a trend line, watch it, because there could be some areas like this area at B. And probably, what was that, 618? 8, what? Yeah, 618. Wait a minute, what did you do? That's a 618, 78. Did you 786 is what we should be looking for, right? Did you lose it? We're in the zone right here for this guy to turn around. Bullish harmonic pattern. We kind of accumulate down through here. We haven't quite made $94, and I think that we will probably have a good chance of coming back down through there. We're at 136 right now. Accumulation idea for micro strategies down through this little zone here. In my personal opinions. What were you? That was a 618. And that was a little bit above a 618. I still would have been looking a little bit above. Almost a Gartley, but not quite a Gartley. But anyway. Oh, I did a perfect 886 retracement right there, didn't it? This is a 113 that I had down here, I guess. All right, so we're in the area for accumulation for this, and it should be bullish after accumulation zone. So that's kind of interesting for micro strategies for this harmonic pattern idea. 800, 600, 300 moving averages in good order here on the 3-day chart. I think that's more promising than not. All right, micro strategies. All right, 12 people hanging out. Thank you for being here. If you haven't hit that like button.
For those of you out there that have been hitting that like button, I just want to say thank you. Thank you very much.
What he said, thank you. Thank you very much if you hit that like button. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going about 2 hours. It's time to go to the end screen. We went over a long list. If I missed anything, especially in super chats, I'll catch it up in the end screen. But I hope you enjoyed being here. I would recommend that if you got a chance, you can go check out Joe over at Trade Tuition, because he just started streaming about 20 minutes ago. He is live over here. And I don't know how to port us over there. Or is he just... Did he already get off? Is it over? Is it over? He may not... I thought he would live. Maybe I'm not live. Maybe I need to refresh it. Maybe he had technical... Oh, there he is. See, he's live. He's live over here. All right. So I'm going to say, trying to port my peeps to your stream. But I am a boomer with fat fingers, with fat thumbs. All right, so that's my I put my little thing over in this chat. That's where I'm headed as I start wrapping up everything over here. But go check out Joe. He's live tonight. Good alpha, good mindset over there. Thank you guys for hanging out. Going to the end screen, and I'll catch up on anything we missed over there.
For those of you out there that have been hitting that like button, I just want to say thank you. Thank you very much.
Bitcoin, you're still going up. You're at 70,000, almost $800. Not down here. Not at 68.9 where we dropped to earlier today and scared the bejesus out of everybody.
Portfolio in pieces. Friends said just say goodbye. They told me to sell, pack it up, walk away clean, but something in my chest said hold on to the dream. I lost sleep for weeks, down crawling through my veins. Still I kept reloading every time the candle changed. The fear was loud, the pain was real, but deep inside I could still feel it's not over. I'm still here, still fighting through the smoke. It's not over. Every dip just taught me how to hold. It's not over. From the bottom I can see the break of day. It's not
Wait a minute. Is there a way to do that? I've tried to do this before. Let me see if I can actually do this. The little port thingy. How do we do that? Go to stream settings. No, it's not that one. Should be. Oh, here, edit.
They call me delusional, said I'd never see green, but I felt the shift coming in the silence between screens. Now the charts are turning, the volume starts to roar. And I'm still standing.
I do not have it.
They all walked out the door. The fear was loud, the pain was real, but deep inside I could still feel it's not over. I'm still here, still fighting through the smoke. It's not over. Every dip just taught me how to hold. It's not over. From the bottom I can see the break of day. It's not over.
Oh, here it is. Redirect ad. See if I can drag this one over here. Search videos to other channels. Oh, there he is. Hey, I think we found out how to do it. Cool. All right, guys, I will see you over at Joe's. Good night, John Boy. God bless. Jesus loves you. See you guys later.